As for other missing persons, in 2021, while we are here, in a place called Kavule, there is our chairman called Kibalama.
Why? Why do they take people's lives for granted? Like she knows she's lying.
And that's the man I met.
And the folks laugh. Ha 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 ha.
John Bosco Kibalama. The Prime Minister is mocking us here to say the Kibalama I meant was the chairperson of her village. Which one? You said Kibalama was arrested, he killed people. You need to come with a report because it is here that you told us.
Kibalama John Bosco, abducted on 3rd of June 2019 from Kanyanya, Gayaza Road. Now, how do you trace for Kibalama? But we are fortunate that Kibalama was traced. He was arrested.
Okay, even a statement itself, he was abducted. How do those words come out of the mouth of this top high-ranking official in a government? Does she understand the principle of according due process to one that is thought to be an alleged criminal? Name it whatever you want to call it.
And there is no harm in learning from your senior, the Vice President. Is that a bad thing? You don't want to learn?
Order.
You're watching Mordecai Marissa Live Political Commentary. Please consider subscribing to help grow Uganda's Voices of Struggle ecosystem. Thank you.
I cannot appreciate you enough for using your valuable time to always go on social media, break down things for people.
And yes, indeed, broadcasting to you from these United States of the Americas. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. From wherever you're watching me and at whatever time you might enjoy this conversation, I am Mordecai Marissa, and you're welcome to Mordecai Marissa Live. Exactly. I truly appreciate you all. Thank you for keeping it Mordecai Marissa Live. And here we go again. Tonight, we talk about John Bosco Kibalama. Oh yeah. I'm super glad that you make it Mordecai Marissa Live every day. Ugandan time, 7 a.m., okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're going to be talking about what we saw in Parliament, the exchange of words, the spat between the leader of opposition and the Prime Minister of Uganda. Now, many of you, I'm quite certain that you've seen what went down, and it might sound like I'm repeating this song, but what I do here is pretty much bring receipts, expose the criminal regime, and give my perspective. And I'm so glad that you give me an opportunity to speak to you. Now, the exchange between the leader of opposition, Joel Ssenyonyi, and the Prime Minister of Uganda, Robinah Nabbanja, in yesterday's parliamentary sitting exposed something deeply troubling about the state of accountability in our country, in our beautiful Uganda. At the center of this conversation, like I told you, it was John Bosco Kibalama, a supporter of Bobi Wine, whose disappearance has remained one of the many unanswered questions surrounding the regime's long-running practice of abducting, torturing, killing, and disappearing political opponents. More than a year ago, the Prime Minister, Robinah Nabbanja, publicly told the media that Kibalama had been arrested in a place called Kachiri and that he was being held in prison. Now, that was a significant statement because it suggested that the government knew where exactly Kibalama was. But when Joel Ssenyonyi demanded answers in parliamentary sitting yesterday, the Prime Minister appeared to retreat from her own words. She engaged in a revisionist history, now telling you, hey, okay, here we go. Instead of explaining where Kibalama is today, or as of yesterday, Nabbanja claimed that the Kibalama she had referred to previously was actually a different person altogether, a village chairperson. And as she made these claims, she laughed. And not only her, The entire house laughed. The Parliament of Uganda, folks laughed. And that disturbed me, and I'm quite certain it disturbed you as well. Because what exactly was funny? Was it funny that a family has spent years without knowing the fate of their loved ones? I mean, the wife to John Bosco Kibalama died. I think the parents of John Bosco Kibalama died as well. So what was funny? Was it funny because a Ugandan citizen disappeared under mysterious circumstances and has never been seen again? What was funny? Was it funny that a very high-ranking government official seemed unable or unwilling to provide a clear answer about what happened to John Bosco Kibalama? John Bosco Kibalama's life is not a joke. His disappearance is not comedy. And just like so many other people's disappearances in Uganda, it's not comedy. And the pain of his family, of his friends, of his political party should never become a material for parliamentary amusement. Let me go on and let me first take you back to the first time she made those claims over, we have John Bosco Kibalama. This is what she said. I mean, I want you to pay attention and I want to tell me, is she here referring to a chairperson of a village? And then we're going to go back to her. Listen here. Okay.
For example, if you can read, Kibalama John Bosco, abducted on 3rd of June 2019 from Kanyanya, Gayaza Road. Now, how do you trace for Kibalama? But we are fortunate that Kibalama was traced. He was arrested.
Okay. Even the statement itself, he was abducted. How do those words come out of the mouth of this top high-ranking official in a government? Does she understand the principle of according due process to one that is thought to be an alleged criminal, name it whatever you want to call it, abducted?
Recently, in October, in a place called Uganda. But we are fortunate that Kibalama was traced. He was arrested recently in October in a place called Kakiri, and he's one of those that is claimed to have killed police officers in Chiboga, Wakiso, and other places. So there are those who have even declared and accepted that they have been, they are attached to the other rebel group, Coalition for Change.
Some of the stupidity that comes out of these people's mind, it's really sad that you don't want to even cry, you laugh. Oh my God. Now, let's go to what happened yesterday during the parliamentary sitting. Listen here.
As for other missing persons, in 2021, while we are here, in a place called Kavule, there is our chairman called Kibalama.
Why do they take people's lives for granted? Like she knows she's lying.
And that's the man I met.
And the folks laugh. Ha, 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 ha. And then you have Jessica Lupo, the vice president. Listen to what she says, and she's going to go on and make here a comment. Let's go here, I think, around here. Yes, around here.
By the Attorney General. And finally, from the last parliament, we have been discussing about the people who have disappeared, so and so.
But how does a vice president find okay? We've been discussing about people who have disappeared. How do they disappear? Political opponents.
Seen so and so, including that name is called Kibalama. In the last parliament, we used to discuss. You members of parliament who were here in the last parliament, we used to share. And every time that matter would come up, would agree that it is not a flimsy matter. It is a matter that should be presented to this House in black and white. So I request that the leader of opposition agrees again that the Minister for Security, on those names which he has mentioned, returns here next week with a statement. Because it's a matter that affects all of us. We all have relatives and friends who are opposition. You also have relatives and friends who are NRM. So this issue we are discussing does not affect only you as members of opposition. It affects all of us as members of parliament, as leaders, as Ugandans.
Isn't it stupid that this issue affects all of us? You serve in government. Are you inadvertently telling us that we have failed you? And I don't like that rhetoric of, we have friends on the opposition. Oh, I don't. You know, I've always heard people say, you might disagree, but you have to work together. I believe in that principle, absolutely. But to what extent is our level of disagreement? If your disagreement with me will lead you to abduct me, torture me, and disappear me, then I think I don't have to deal with you. Now, I might not have a cynical or really dangerous plots against you, but I can decide not to be your friend because I know for sure your mission is to annihilate me. But how did we get to a point of normalizing this? That the vice president will pretty much come and wave a white flag on the floor of parliament. Uganda boasts, having this security, our security system in Uganda, so strong. They've failed at arresting people who abduct, torture, and disappear people. No, they've not failed. This is being done by Jessica Alupo's accomplices and bosses. Now, Joel Ssenyonyi was so quick to respond. And what you really saw with Jessica Alupo doing there was damage control. After Nabbanja clowned herself as a useless piece of garbage. And I'm sorry to use that language, but you don't do that. You don't use the floor of parliament to laugh, to mock a life of an individual. Have a little bit of sympathy. Restrain yourself from that, utter stupidity. Wait, I was talking about village chairman. No, that's not what you said. Restrain yourself from taking us for fools. So after she made herself a piece of garbage she is, in regards to leadership, like I've always argued, she might be a good parent, she might be a good mother, grandmother, or a good mother, a good wife to her husband. But a piece of garbage when it comes to leadership. How do you reconcile this? Oh, we have him. Oh, I never. Okay, provide. Go on and show us that particular chairman who was, and I can guarantee you there's not maybe, as very evil-driven they are, they might be now preparing for a certain Kibalama on a certain village somewhere. When you tell them, okay, show us this Kibalama you're referring to, they will bring that man as proof for evidence. Oh, this is not what I meant. Okay, let's go and listen to what Joel Ssenyonyi was saying. I'm sorry if I really use the bad language, but sometimes.
Properly clothed and is properly clothed for her response.
And he was thanking now the Vice President, Jessica Alupo.
Which has been properly clothed and easy to understand. Because when you compare it to the Prime Minister was simply mocking this House.
Exactly.
Prime Minister, meet more often with the Vice President so that she can coach you on how to respond to some of these issues. Because you see, even when you're being given bitter medicine, somebody can put a coating of some sugar, so it's easy to take the medicine down. That's what the Vice President has said. I may not fully agree with everything she has said, but she has clothed it in a motherly way.
Yep.
And so it becomes easy for me to follow up. Now that she has promised, number one, the question of these intern doctors, you're going to go back and cabinet and review, and you have said nothing is cast in stone. That is what the Vice President has said. It's better than what the Prime Minister said, mocking and saying we increase the numbers and so on. And there's no harm in learning from your senior, the Vice President. Is that a bad thing? You don't want to learn? Order. Go for
Again, she comes in and she starts screaming, order, order.
Right Honorable Speaker and members, I want to inform you that I have been here in this house for quite some time, and you know how much respect I give people. My brother was with me, he's my friend, when he was still in NTV.
Why is it always about you? Oh, he was my friend. I don't care. There's a very important issue at hand. I don't care about your friendship. Oh, he was my friend when you still on NTV. Who cares?
We are very close, by the way. And in my submission, I was very clear. I even told you that I consulted the Vice President. The Vice President is more close to me than you.
Listen now.
And so, is he in order to issue it that I don't consult the Vice President?
You know, they're always laughing because they know who she is. They know she's a complete clown. That every time she opens her mouth, she wants to come off as this comedian who comes up with jokes. That's why they laugh. This is embarrassing. Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda engaging in punchlines, wanting to, throw punchlines at every time she opens her mouth. That's a National Assembly. We're not there to make names for ourselves. We're not there to be seen, to be noticed. No, we are there to discuss the matters of national importance. Kids in Kapiarabong who are dying of hunger. Kids of John Bosco Kibalama who do not have a father now for how many years. The plundering of national coffers. We're not there to be comedians. There's a place, what's that famous place in Uganda where you go for comedy? Go there, Nabbanja. And then you see her with a smile. What's this for? Who is this for? And then, Jessica Alupo, knowing who she is, and like I've told you, these are all rubber stamps. They're not prime ministers or vice president at all. They're just there for Museveni, lack of, failure actually, Museveni to occupy this position. He would actually be the one to occupy this position, but he cannot serve in every position in the government. So he goes like, okay, who do I put there for the sake? That's why she's like, yeah, what you said is funny. Ha, ha, ha.
Okay, the ruling. The law now, you know that the Right Honourable Prime Minister is closer to the Vice President and she's consulting. She has been...
that wasn't the issue at all. This is how they've turned this August House into a clownish palace. Like they've always said. I think that famous saying is from Turkey. When a clown moves into a palace, he doesn't become a king or a prince. The palace becomes a circus. And that's what has become of the Ugandan parliament.
But also you need to know that the two offices are different. You should not expect the Prime Minister to speak like the Vice President.
Most obliged, Right Honourable. I am glad she says she always consults the Vice President. I'm only encouraging her to continue to do it a lot more regularly. But you see, government, now that you are reminding us that you did pass that policy to promote sciences, and we were here and for us we were saying it is a good thing you're paying science teachers better. We said also pay the arts teachers better. But away from that, now that you promote sciences and young people are graduating as interns and so-called medical interns, don't make it ironical by failing to facilitate them and then discouraging the younger ones who will say, maybe it's not attractive to study sciences. So please follow through. And then finally, Right Honourable Speaker,
Please.
it's good the Vice President has given us assurance to follow up on these missing persons, including the name that I have mentioned, the most recent one, Christopher Godi, aka King Zare. This follow-up produces people in court, including John Bosco Kibalama. The Prime Minister is mocking us here to say the Kibalama I meant was the chairperson of her village. Which one? You said Kibalama was arrested, he killed people. You need to come with a report because it is here that you told us. We were asking about John Bosco Kibalama and you told us that very person was arrested over certain offenses.
Exactly. And that's what really Nabbanja doesn't understand. That's precisely what Joel Ssenyonyi was trying to speak to her, challenging the Prime Minister and urging her not to mock the Ugandan people who are seeking answers. Many folks within those chambers seem to really forget the gist of these conversations. It's not about the jokes. Ha, 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 ha. Okay, it's funny, let's laugh. Ha, 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 ha. Behind those jokes, or at the conclusion of those jokes, you have to retreat or go back to how do we get to these jokes? What was the argument at hand? It was John Bosco Kibalama, the abduction of people. Behind point of order, the procedural exchange, point of information. There's a human being whose fate remains unknown. That should make you sick. That's not okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. Maybe I've become, I don't know what I've become, but this disturbs me. Read here. Jessica Lupo, Vice President, confirming that government abducted NRM's woman member of Parliament for Amuria District, Margaret Etiru. Etiru was abducted on 23rd May 2026. This is June. She has been held for 18 days now without trial.
And lastly, the Honorable Margaret Etilu, a woman member of Parliament for Amuria, is my daughter. She is a sister to some of you. She is a muzukulu to some of you, but she's my daughter. We all know...
I don't like that. I don't like that. Oh, she's my daughter. Are you trying to convince me that that's how you'd behave if your daughter is abducted? And you don't know about his whereabouts, or you'll be, oh, my daughter, she's a friend to you.
That she is being detained. But the clarification I would like to give, in light of the Prime Minister has said, what the Prime Minister has said is that she has met her family, some of her family members were permitted to have an interaction with her.
Oh, so?
She is safe,
What?
she is healthy, and she will be joining us soon. We have been speaking.
She's safe, she's healthy, and being kept in the torture dungeon. She's safe after she was abducted. I don't know how we get ourselves out of this hell, but these people are really detached from the reality you and I live in. They've normalized abduction. They make jokes. That's it for now, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. I would truly, truly appreciate. My name is Mordecai Murisa. Please don't go without liking this video. I know now you are thinking about just leaving, yet you watched for more than 20 minutes. Down in the comment section. I caught you running. All right, my name is Mordecai Murisa. Talk to you later. Bye-bye for now.
Did you enjoy what you just watched?
I'm sure they did.
I'm going to guess that you did. How about you consider subscribing to Mordecai Marissa Live YouTube channel? Thank you.